Good evening. This is STV News. On the 3rd, the House of Representatives Constitutional Review Board will hold a second deliberation on a bill to amend the referendum to improve the convenience of the referendum. There will also be free debate over the Constitution and the referendum law. The vote in the Diet will be postponed. The pillar of the amendments is to enable the establishment of the common polling place where people can vote regardless of their address. The first substantive deliberation since its submission in 2018 was held at the Review Board on November 26. The Liberal Democratic Party and the Constitutional Democratic Party have agreed to reach some conclusion at the ordinary session of the Diet next year. The ruling party has indicated that it is ready to vote. The Bank of Japan's Deliberation Committee member Hitoshi Suzuki gave a lecture online on the 3rd, and when financial institutions support companies that have suffered from the effects of the new coronavirus, a certain percentage may become bad debts and credit costs may increase. The credit costs incurred so far are not as serious as they were after the Lehman shock, but be aware that infectious diseases can have a long-term impact in corporate sales and profits, he said. Regarding the business environment of financial institutions, he pointed out that lending rates are extremely low due to intensifying competition. He expressed concern that the virtually interest-free and unsecured loans introduced as a measure against the spread of corona infection may put downward pressure on lending rates, even after the infection has resolved. Regarding the purchase of exchange-traded funds, Deputy Commissioner Suzuki emphasized that it will continue to be necessary measures as it takes time to achieve the price stability target. On the other hand, in anticipation of prolonged purchases, he said, "We need to find room for ingenuity to improve sustainability and flexibility of policies." On the 3rd, Prime Minister Yoshihide Suga sent a video message to a related event of the high-level panel for building a sustainable marine economy, touching on carbon neutrality that will reduce greenhouse gas emissions to virtually zero by 2050, leading the efforts of the international community towards the realization of a carbon-free society by utilizing the power of the ocean, such as offshore wind power generation. The Prime Minister pointed out that for marine conservation, it is essential to deal with marine plastic waste in collaboration with the international community. He expressed his intention to actively provide technical support for the realization of the Blue Ocean Vision agreed at the G20 Osaka Summit. It was revealed on the 3rd that the government has begun to set a goal to ban the sale of new gasoline cars in the mid-2030s. We will accelerate the decarbonization of automobiles, which is our main industry, toward the realization of Prime Minister Yoshihide Suga's goal of reducing greenhouse gas emissions to virtually zero by 1950. In addition to hybrid vehicles, which Japanese manufacturers are good at, the company plans to promote the spread of electric vehicles. The Ministry of Economy, Trade, and Industry will soon hold a meeting with experts and automobile manufacturers to discuss policies for reducing gasoline vehicles. We will consider incorporating new goals into implementation plan for virtually zero greenhouse gases that the government will compile by the end of this year. On the 3rd, the annual Hagoita depicting a person who became a hot topic this year was unveiled at the head office of the doll specialty store, Yugetsu Taitoku Tokyo. A total of 7 works have been produced, including Prime Minister Yoshihide Suga, who took office in September, Mr. Biden, who fought a close battle in the U.S. presidential election, and President Trump, the youngest shogi player, Shota Fuji, who won the title of Kisei and the throne at the age of 18, was also selected. In addition to these year's face, Masato Sakai, an actor who played the leading role in popular drama Hanzawa Naoki, will appear. Rikai Koike, a swimmer who was recovered from leukemia, was selected in the sports world, which was struggling due to the effects of the new coronavirus. Susumu Watanabe, a 66-year-old director of Kyugetsu, said, "This year it started in Corona, and the selection of people was difficult, but I'm glad I was able to show it off safely." This is the 35th announcement of the changed Battledore. After opening to the public at the head office until the 4th, it will be exhibited at department stores all over the country. Mimata Theater Festival Autumn Down Dora Youth Special was held at 4 venues in Mimata Town, Miyazaki Prefecture, which has a town of education, Machidora. Is an event in which plays are performed in large halls and small venues in an attempt to spread this culture throughout the town, and has been going on for about 10 years. These efforts have been highly evaluated, and the Municipal Cultural Center, which is planned and operated, has received the Regional Creation Award. This time, it will be held as a pioneering event of National Cultural Festival MIYAZAKI to be held next year. High school theater officials from all over the prefecture and Kyushu perform enthusiastically at unique venues such as the Soko Theater, which used the site of construction company's warehouse. Miyazaki Prefecture announced on the early morning of the 3rd that the highly pathogenic bird flu outbreak occurred at a poultry farm in Miyakonojo City. Confirmed by the genetic test, the prefecture will slaughter all about 36,000 feathers it raises. The city is a major poultry farming area that is famous nationwide. Officials are becoming more vigilant about the spread of the infection. According to the prefecture, on the afternoon of the 2nd, the poultry farm reported that 72 chickens had died. A simple test at the Livestock Hygiene Service Center gave a positive reaction for bird flu, and a genetic test was conducted. As an epidemic prevention measure, the prefecture restricts the movement of chickens and eggs to 12 poultry farms within 3 kilometers of the outbreak. 82 poultry farms within a range of 3 to 10 kilometers were restricted from being taken out of the region. A total of about 4.3 million birds are restricted. On the 2nd, the World Athletics Federation should allow up to 10 athletes belonging to the Russian Athletic Federation whose qualifications have been suspended due to the systematic doping problems to participate in international competition such as the Tokyo Olympics next year, with individual qualification next year. It announced that it would discuss at the board meeting in March. If there have been no doping violation in the past, the target athletes will be decided earlier if recommended by the working group. In addition, the World Association of Athletic Federations Council on the 2nd reported that progress was being made on the submission of the reconstruction plan of the Russian Association of Athletic Federations by March 1 next year. If the deadline is not met, World Athletic Chairman Ko will consider expulsion of Russia. The annual Christmas event has begun at the Kanemori Red Brick Warehouse, a tourist attraction in Hakodate, Hokkaido. A huge tree with a height of 20 meters is displayed on the sea of Hakodate Bay, and 150,000 spears of illumination are lit at night. Green and red lights are reflected on the surface of the sea, suiting people. And that's all for today. See you tomorrow for another news update.